Hi, Luminaires. Hi, Luminaires. How's everybody doing? Yes, you caught me in a moment of laughter. It is that time of month again where we're gathered to get the energy update. This is for October 2025. Happy October, everyone. One of my favorite months. My name is Jamie Butler. I'm the Everyday Medium, which simply just means I enjoy using my psychic, intuitive, sixth sense abilities in an everyday way. And my passion is to show up for you to help normalize these abilities. And we're going to do that. We're going to do that by trance channeling today, which sounds like a bit of a leap, but do you know it's actually throughout history, it's in every culture, channeling and trance channeling. But that's besides the note. We're going to allow my guide Maitland to come in and give to you today the highs and lows of the month, what chakras are going to be needed, challenged, supported, what crystals pair nicely with that, how to grid your bed, and she likes to go into other details such as what Hertz is the best to listen to help balance your energy for the month, as well as essential oils, spirit animal, best day to communicate to guides. If you've been here before, you know she does all of it. If you're just listening for the first time, you're like, that's a lot. But Maitland is a younger spirit. She chats all the way through it. She brings a lot of fun and a lot of silliness to the energy update. And if that's something you like in your life, you have landed in the right spot. If you're more like, I need it to give it to me serious and solid, you might think it's too silly for you. But just hang tight. And as Maitland says, open up your calendar, get pen and paper, write down the dates, the notes, things of that nature that she talks about. But for those of you who are members to the YouTube channel, you get some of that exclusive content, which is our shared Google Calendar, which has all the notes in there for you, and you can just sync that up for yourself. And you will also have access to the deep dive that Maitland does after this, which is promptly after this, where we go more into your engagement of the energy that's happening for the month. So it's not so much about personal questions, but we do offer that in our YouTube membership. It's more about how does this action apply to the energy of the month? And we go into politics and economics and things of that nature. Yeah, it's a lot, but we can do it. I'm not alone today. I have the lovely Colleen Ziegler off camera.
Hello, everyone.
There she is.
Here I am.
And so she will be reading the chat thread here. So if you have questions about the content that's being shared, do ask it, because we'd like for you to understand what is being delivered. And if you are interested in anything else that we are up to, head to my website at jamiebutlermedium.com. And of course, we have links to classes below. We have some fabulous things coming up. We kind of always do, because that's the way we like to create. Our life is to have wonderful things sitting in the future, like a retreat coming up in February at Sedona about increasing higher consciousness, or class that starts next week. Guys, you want to learn to read auras? Do you want to have that cheat sheet and get the information from what you're able to perceive around you? Not just see, but feel and hear and know. Then definitely join me for the series. It's a longer series, but there's 6 of those classes you are doing on your own. So you have some downtime to practice. But if you want to learn it, this is it. Afterwards, you can probably just hang a shingle and read people's auras as a living. So if that sounds exciting, come join. And we also have an angel series coming up where we're going to be communicating with Ariel, Zedekiel, as well as
Raziel.
I'm learning them as we go. And tomorrow is Azrael. And what you they give a little lesson.
Ariel.
Healing. Oh, it's Ariel.
Yeah.
Dang. We were so good. We were so close. It's that's what I mean. I don't like to I don't research or do things like that. I like to stay a little hands off so it's more authentic. So it's a lesson, a healing, and a Q&A. And you can ask questions to the archangels. And it's been so enlightening. I've learned so much. They're showing up more and more. And the healings, I just completed a 21 days of Reiki. And they brought their A game. And I was super impressed. The results that we got over the 21 days were pretty astounding. I do have a 10-day deep dive, which is going to be a cleaning. It's a deep, clean Reiki, 10 days consecutive. If that's something that you want to do, or you've always wanted to be a little bit more in tune to your own light and how your chakras are working, do it with me. We're going to do this every day together, live, on camera. We can get it done. That starts on the 15th of October. So we have some wonderful things coming up, and even learning Reiki. Just check it out. But beyond that, settle in, get ready. Here comes Maitland. And it's like going from 0 to 60 when she comes in. Oh, yay. Here we go. Did I miss anything? For those of you who are practicing seeing, feeling, knowing, sensing energy, check out the right side of my body over here, between my ear and my shoulder, not the wall. Just kind of float in the air right here. Sometimes you can see that energy exchange. It even happens during live streams, and you can even see it in recordings. So you can practice that when you're watching videos. Just let you know. Okay. Now I'm nervous. Ready? Yeah, I'm ready. All right. If you feel that shift in your body and you like it, write it out. If it's a little too much, just grab something to drink or eat a little chocolate. There's your excuse to eat your chocolate. Okay, here we go. That was the biggest yawn and I couldn't stop it.
Just kept coming.
It just kept coming. Hi everyone. My name is Maitland, Maitland, and I am 9 years old. I don't need to be 9 years old. I just like it a lot. I like to present myself this way because I can talk about really complicated topics, which we're going to talk about a few for October. And it feels fun and easy because I'm little and it's okay. So there's that. If you have been with me before, you know that I can sometimes talk a little fast. So if it's too much, you can just let us know in the chat thread and I'll do my best to slow down so that you understand a little bit more. In the past, I'm jumping right in. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
In the past, I've been saying end of the year is really crazy. You can just shake it up. And we are now beginning the end of the year energy. This is it, October 1st, let us begin. And so October is going to launch that kind of changing, shifting, big shift energy at the end of the year. It's kind of acting like a saw. It's a to and fro, here and there. Like if you have a two-man saw and you pull, then you push, then you pull, then you push. So just know, it's not like a tantrum or anything. It's a to and fro, pull and push to maintain a balance. So that's a good thing. So this month, it's there's a lot of deep spiritual connection. That is a good thing. But there's also like a really sharp tongue. It's a sharp tongue with deep spiritual connections, back and forth, then back and forth. Do you feel settled yet? Probably not. So let's talk about it. I like to talk about the month in terms of weeks. And so I consider the first week like day 1 through 7. I don't follow the Mondays through the Monday or the Sunday through the Sunday. That's how you do it. So in day 1, we're starting off today. Day 1 and 2, it's kind of a talky burst of energy. So you get a lot of clarity. It has very favorable energy that's coming in, and you're going to want to use your mouth a lot. The energy is going to feel calm, you're present, and you just want to share. So do it, share, talk, because what it means when it's favorable is that there are a lot of listening ears out there that are open enough to hear you. So it's a good time to open up and share what you're going through. But then right after it, it's this really deep energy, nothing surface. And it can it can kind of like present itself a little bit sad, like on the 3rd, but it's not bad energy. You can feel a little bit sad because on the first 2 days, maybe that you've shared something and you finally let go of it. And then when you realize that it's moved out of your body, you just get really quiet. And so the 3rd is a great day for pause. And you just pause and you observe yourself and how you're prioritizing yourself and what comes of it. Because right after that, through the end of the first week, is all happy days and is good energy. And well, I try to avoid the terms good and bad because it's different for all of us, but it definitely has the frequency of happy energy, ease energy. And it's kind of like an energy that will come in and soothe what you just released and talked out of your body for day 1 and day 2. And then the realization in 3. And it's like 4 and 5 are just like soothing balm with the edge of happiness. And then you get to 6. Can you already see the pattern? Talk and share and favorable. Pause could feel kind of sad and kind of real deep. And then it's happy again. And then on the 6th, it's really intense focus. But what's wild is the energy that's rolling in on the 6th is actually going to stay for the rest of the month. So listen up, write a little note in your calendar. On the 6th, from here on out to the end, it's going to be a really intense focus. And this intense focus likes to look at self-priority, which is not really a bad thing, but some people take it as a me first. Oh no, like a get out of my way and I'm just going to tell you how it is. And I have very blunt honesty and a sharp tongue and I don't care. This is how I'm going to say it to you. And it's very forward. It's all about this, getting there, boom. And it can be very uncomfortable to receive it, but even you are going to feel like you have that energy moving through you. But I will say this, it's not out of defense or manipulation, not like that. It's just out of, I need to be very clear with you. I'm very focused on this. I might not see your point of view because I'm so focused on mine, that it can feel a little imbalanced because it's harder to have like intimacy and relationships when you're so into what your focus is. But again, that focus isn't about any kind of manipulation or defense or destruction, nothing like that. And also on the 6th, a really cool feature is happening in the sky, and that's called the super full moon. I think they just say super moon, but I like a super full moon because this one it's when the moon is the closest to the earth in its orbit. And so when it comes up over the horizon, it's going to look like it's in your backyard. It's going to be so big. And so it's like, here I am illuminating that super focused energy that you just got a dose of and that you're going to keep for the rest of the month. Look at that, shining more and more on you, even though it's positive energy. That means like consistent and favorable, and it's helping you like harmony and balance. And it wants to do all of that for you. It's definitely not gonna let you ignore things. It's definitely gonna go, oh, you didn't look at that long enough? Let me bring it forward for you so you can see it better. You're like, oh, okay, I get it. So full moon on the 6th, it has an edge of it's okay to celebrate and it's okay to have a happiness and some fun and like this bubbly kind of an energy. It's not so much as you have to do the hard work, but it's like it's okay to do the hard work because you can have fun while you're doing it, because we're going to just show you a little bit of all of it, like everything, no secrets, nothing hidden. And then that takes you into some days of rest because you need it. Especially, I like on the 8th day, there's rest. I think that's a biblical statement as well. On the 8th day, wasn't there rest? I don't remember it all. So there's that. But then after you rest, the soul comes back. And then you get some weird days. That's what I'll call it. Like from, I'd say like the 9th through the 14th. Like really, it's like the rest of the second week. And the rest of the second week. And the weird energy is like, we can block you. We can stop your energy flow. We can hold you back. And you'll feel like, but I just had this ease and this illumination, and I have this great sense of focus, especially about where I am and what I'm going through. And then the weird days are like, yeah, but I'm going to challenge you. And I'm going to give you this energy that's not going to flow really easily, and you have to decide what to do with it. And I'll give you a hint. Of course, this is why we talk about these things. I'll give you a hint, is that it's mostly about your heart energy. So it's like the emotions really need to be seen during this weird energy time. So if you can simply just step back and acknowledge what you're going through and what you're feeling, it'll be much easier for you to navigate this like globby bursts of energy that come through. It will. Because then after the weird days, we kind of end up in the third week, and it grounds you. Like it eases up, and it says, redo your roots, get back into your body, get back into the reality that you know, the one that you're most in alignment with. So that will kind of bring back some of your fantasies or daydreams that you sometimes go off on when things get a little rough or get a little hard. And that grounding versus the energy of the weird is like the to and fro again. But all of the sweet points, like day 1, where we are now, the chitty chatty calm energy, all the sweet points like that, like on the 8th day of rest, the 4th through the 6th, the 8th, all these sweetness, it's all going to feed your spiritual energy. It's all going. Are you feeling that?
I am not.
Is that what it feels like when we touch you? That tickles, but there's nothing there.
I'm not sure what to say.
Oh, okay. I thought we'd talk about it. That's really interesting. I've never been in the body and touched by spirit.
And not seen.
Yeah, because you don't see it in your 3D world, but you can feel it. And it got really tickly. That's Grace. She was telling me to talk about this other aspect. So, and I will. So I'm going to talk about the chakras. I know I've stopped right at the 3rd week, but the 1st week, you really need throat and heart. And with the heart energy it's going to be needed. You need your heart chakra all month because it's going to be not necessarily challenged. And you could even flip it and say that you need crown chakra energy. The crown and the heart are more of the need and supported. We can blend those together a bit, but I chose green adventuring as the crystal for the heart chakra because in the 1st week, as you're you're talking and you're clearing out the innards and you're finding happiness. And then you get into like more of the bouncing back and forth with the intense focus and then days of rest. If you move through your decisions and move through your path with the heart chakra, you'll find that these to and fro's energy of October, it's not going to be really intense. And that's what Grace wanted to remind me to say, because she was making sure I wasn't over dramatizing the information. But green aventurine is about harmony and balance, and you can put this in your pocket or you can wear it in jewelry. You can put it around your bed, one in each corner of your bed, and you can sleep in it, and it will help you energetically through tense ease, high, low, back and forth. And this back and forth energy of October is cutting loose stuff that you aren't using anymore, especially cutting loose things that are more dense and 3D, so that when you're in November and December and it's a little bit more crazy moving because it's more fluid energy, you feel better about it and you can float like a boat rather than swim against currents. So it's big for the heart this month. And of course, the throat, which I chose Amazonite, the throat is going to be in the position where it has to speak. Like it has to communicate. It has to move the energy through you that you're processing. And there's going to be a lot of points in the month where when you're making the transition between ease and tension or spiritual and superhuman and grounded, that these points in between, those are the balancing points, that you feel like you need to talk to someone, and you feel like it's because the pressure inside of the body, because the energy is shifting, it's like steam. It needs to come out. And the throat chakra is going to be that key element that does that. So when we get into the third week, we get into this real grounded energy. And then from that, some of my favorite days, the 16th and the 17th, they're all about days of play, fun, play. And if you have anything in your life that you need to take a risk on, like you don't know if you should do it, but you really want to, those are the days to do it. Because the energy that's coming in, because it's so playful and light, if you're taking a really heavy risk, it'll feel like you're taking half of a heavy risk, because the energy that's coming in is lessening tensions. It's like soothing and wanting to bring people together. Oh, can I backtrack?
Absolutely.
I want to talk about the 13th in the second week. The 13th, in the middle of the weird energy. I forgot to mention there's a peak. And this happens twice in the month. From the 11th to the 14th, it's weird, blocky kind of energy, globby. And then on the 13th, it's like the day of shift. It is the day of change. It is the day that we restructure ourselves. And it's like you fly up really high and you have this big, tall, different perspective of the world. And then you come back down on the weird energy again. So on the 13th, I would definitely circle it. I think it's a Monday the 13th. But if you can take some time off to yourself, I think that would be really fantastic, because whatever you're working with in making it more permanent in your life, like foundational. And maybe that's about remaining away from something or bringing something else in, whichever direction you're going. And you want to keep it. That big shift day of energy can help you keep that energy. So you want to give it some attention. I'd like for you to meditate or just think about what you're holding on to and why it serves you so good. Okay. And the 15th, where the whole grounding root energy comes in, where it brings you back into reality, super feeds the energy that was on the 13th. So it goes really nice. But there's a weird energy in between. And then we go into the play energy. And then we go into, what do I want to call this? I'm going to call it mean days. Because it can be really mean. It's like not harmful, not aggressive, just mean. It's like stuff that moves through somebody's sharp tongue and they don't even know they're being so direct and blunt and aggressive with the words. They don't even know to apologize. They're just so caught up into it. And so it can just feel really way too much. But in the mean days, there's a lot of intuition and imagination spiking. A lot. So it's this crazy crown energy. And the way that I would explain it, it's like when your frequency is really high, but you're still a human and you're doing the same old routine and same task you've always done. But now your frequency is pretty high and it doesn't match up anymore. Where you did the routine with the old you, it matched just fine. And now it's not matching. And when you're not in your present moment, the mind, it will get mad. It'll be like, why isn't this working? You can go to HE double hockey sticks. You can, take off in that direction. But if you were present, you'd realize, oh my goodness, I'm kind of beyond that routine now. Like it's not mine anymore. I got to find something else. Like you'll start to recognize you're shifting like that. But those people who aren't present, and you forget about, they're going to be mean. So just stay calm and cool and just practice being like, they're learning too. I'm learning, they're learning, and it's good. And then that brings you right up to the new moon. And the new moon, I love this moon, but it's a little mean too. So this new moon is like, you want a new you? Yeah. You want a new beginning? Okay. You want it to be good? You want it to be the thing you've always thought about? Okay. I agree. Here it is. Oh, but by the way, you have to, and let's say, what's something you're really afraid of? Like Jamie's really doesn't like big spiders and doesn't like falling. Okay, so an example would be everything that you asked for, that you want, it's right here. You just walk this path. Oh, but by the way, you have to jump like off this 3-story cliff into the water. And then you can just swim over and climb up and grab all of it, everything that you've been creating. But it like pushes a trigger point. It like pushes an ouchie or a wound that you're like, I don't know if I want to do that to get that. I don't know if I want to. And so like it'll trigger a little bit of like fear or being scared, like, oh my God, I'm going to have to public speak before I get this job. This is my dream job. I don't like public speaking. I've got to jump off this cliff to get to that direction. I've always wanted to be there. And it's everything you can do, but you have a fear or a phobia or something that's like right there, just waiting to come out. That's the push-pull of October. The new moon is like a perfect example of it. And so for the spirit animal, I chose the snake again because the snake is like this, it represents this hidden wisdom, this hidden knowledge. It's like deep inside of you and you've got this, but there's this human, like I don't know what I want to call it. Not false knowledge, lies, indoctrinated information that doesn't serve you. That's what I want to call it. Indoctrinated information that doesn't serve you, that you tend to rely on or you tend to use, and that'll mess you all up. And so the snake will shed it. The snake will be like, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. I know that kind of scared me, but I can move through this. And the snake will show up even when it's a little bit fearful, a little bit scared, and it will get the work done. And it's super exciting. So I chose the snake. So when you see a picture, an image, a real snake, I want you to know that it's saying this month, the wisdom is in you. You have the information. You don't have to go research it. The tools are in you. The actions are in you. And if you're a little bit afraid, just go ahead and lean into it, because right when you see past that little bit of fear, it's smooth, clear sailing, and you got it. So the snake is a very encouraging, strong symbol for this month. Then right after the full moon does that little, the new moon does that little bit of trickery, like put my finger in the trigger point, push your buttons. You get onto this next really great day, and it's the 22nd. You definitely want to write this down. The 22nd. Okay. And the 22nd is this, it's like a day where you can get really connected to your subconscious. It's a deep spiritual day. It's like the subconscious comes to the surface a lot more, and you're feeling it, and you get to taste what it's like to be a high frequency person in a human existence. And a lot of you are going to be doing it. You're not just going to be on this solo journey where you're like, I feel so different today, and I'm seeing things all new, and I'm really alone in this journey. Like, you can go look at your friend and go, are you feeling that too? And they're like, what's it called? You're like, I don't know. But like, we just feel taller or brighter or easier, not afraid, knowing that the outcome of what is going on in the world has great purpose and is going to serve ultimately in the best and highest way. And you get it. You're plugged in for that day. So on the 22nd, if you can play, oh my God, it's not called play hockey. Oh no, what's the word? Where you skip out?
Oh, play hooky?
Hooky. I was trying to
You threw me
remember
off
it.
with the hockey. I was trying to think of
I
other
was
sports.
so close. You play hooky. When you leave something, I would play hooky that day and go do some spiritual things. Maybe that's meditating, floating in salt water. That could be just being in nature. It could be for you like getting physical treatments like massage or spa energy. It's just really a wonderful, wow day for you. And then you know what happens after that, right? You take a guess, right? Because we just did everything's happy and wow and good for you. And now we're going to do what? We're going to go into some dark days. And it's just going to be like, you, what? Like, we just had this? And you might feel just real lackluster. Like, what? Just for a few days. And then you know what it does again? And I'll call them the amazing days. And the amazing days are like the 26th. The 26th through the end of the month. Amazing. So you're like, oh. So you just, to level it out and get used to it is to do what? You remember? Come from the heart. Anything that you can do from the heart is why I chose that the Hertz is 528. And that's a heart frequency energy. It's also like the sound of the forest. It's the sound of like bumblebees can make it too. And it really kind of calms the heart. It helps you transform, shed new skin, come into your own strengths. It brings about love, forgiveness, compassion. It's all good stuff. So remember I said there was another 13th day where it's like a great shift day? This is on the 29th, in the middle of the amazing days. On the 29th, it's like, aha! I call it the aha day. It made me sound like a bird. Aha! It's really quick energy. It's really random energy. And it's all like dropping information into your head. So you claircognizant people out there where you just know things, this is your day. This is your day. I hope you walk around with a recorder or a pen and paper and you're just going to be like, pow, pow, I get it, pow, pow. Oh, that's good. That's a good quote. That's a good sentence. Oh, that's a good direction. That's what and so just let the downloads come in and they will be so random. You might try to have a meditation and you're like, I want to meditate on my health. And then you get this, dogs are the best people in the whole world information. And you're like, I'm meditating on my health. Hempcrete is a really good resource to meditate. And you get information just like crazy. I'm pulling random stuff from Jamie's brain. That was fun. I could pull other things. She thinks about shoelaces too. Real random. So that will happen on the 29th. And then on the 31st, there's Halloween, which I love and Jamie loves. And it's a day of compassion. It's a day of empathy and an increased intuition. And I just want to let you know that use it responsible. Let it out of your body in a healthy way. Because sometimes when it's more easy for you and you feel that connection to all that is, sometimes people abuse it and use it like a tool, a technique. And it's not. It's a lifestyle. It's very different. So have fun with it. That'll be fun on Halloween too. So the crown chakra, I chose selenite. And the crown chakra is pretty much activated just like the heart throughout the whole month. And the throat is the one that needs to kind of express the work. Now, selenite is a higher frequency and it helps you hold higher frequencies. It is super wonderful to put around your bed at night. If you've never done a bed grid, what you do is you get 4 pieces of the same crystal. They can be really small, really tiny, like chips. They don't have to be big tumbled pieces. And you make a set of them. So I would do green adventurine, I would do amazonite, and I would do selenite. And I'd get 4 pieces of each and put it around the bed. And then when you put it around the bed, they communicate to each other and they talk. And then you're sleeping in it for 6 to 11 hours. I don't know how long you sleep. And it feels really good to be in it. So you can let that help you balance your energy out. You can also play the 528 Hertz on a speaker, but it doesn't have to be loud. It could be so softy soft. And then you can use aromatherapy. Essential oil recipe, you can use frankincense, 5 drops of frankincense, like in a diffuser. You could use 4 drops of Clary sage with the frankincense, and then 3 drops of...
You can do it. Sweet.
Sweet orange. I knew it was a citrus, a sweet orange. And you put those together, but you can also make your own sprays, like a 4-ounce spray you can do with filtered water, and you can just times everything by 5 to put into 4 ounces, because you can have up to 63 drops of essential oil and 4 ounces of a carrier, like a water. That's still safe and fine to put in the air and on clothing and things like that. So that smell will help you stay in your body and stay more heart-centered with that splash of joy and play so that you balance out the 2-man saw of October. You don't need any kind of seatbelt. You're not going to be thrown for any big loops, but this is a practice of staying present. You've already been practicing moving from head to heart center. Heart center is where you're coming from in October. And now it's about being fluid in the heart center and not feeling like you have to always know where everything is at all times, to be in place. I would say the best day to talk to spirit, where some of you say it this way, the veil is thin. I would say that's the 22nd, right after that new moon that pushes your buttons. then you come into the 22nd and it's like the subconscious is sitting there going, let's do something today. Let's go somewhere. Let's meditate. And I would say that is the best day to do that kind of connection. Are there any clarity questions about the month of October?
There was someone a while back asking you to expand on the economy for October.
Ooh, I like to also go a bit deeper with that in our deep dive in the membership. But with the economy for the world, I could speak, most people are watching from United States, but I know that there's a lot more luminaires out there from different countries. So for there's nothing really weird about the economy in October. It kind of stays steady. I will say that your Bitcoin investments, what did they call cryptocurrencies, are going to continue to grow. But it's still a risky investment. It's a little more volatile right now because of the end of the year energy happening. And there's a lot of people in power that want to maintain power. That's not going to end up maintaining power. And there are very strong, independent, free will energies that are co-creating in the second, every moment, like in the second. So to do far out premonitions or visions is a little ridiculous right now because timelines are merging so much that you can find yourself being more aware in timeline A, and we're seeing more of timeline C. So there's also a sense of, what's the word? Congruency? Does that mean to be in a sequence?
Mm-hmm.
There's lack of congruency because of different timelines coming in and out. You're in a birthing moment. Actually, you're right before birth. This is contractions where things are getting squeezed and breaking down. And then in 2026, it's like more in the belly of the year that you come into birthing mode because stuff still has to break down. So nothing amazing with economy. Housing markets in the United States is low. It's just kind of stagnant and still and quiet, but it comes to life really next year. So if you can just think of, get myself in place for the last 2 months, 3 months, just chill right here. And then you'll have that big spark inspiration, that hope you're looking to connect to will be a lot more tangible in January. Did that help?
Thank you, Maitland. I have one more question for clarity.
Yes.
And then we'll take a little break before the deep dive.
Okay.
This question comes from Jessica, and she's asking, can Maitland elaborate on what she means by people using empathy as a lifestyle rather than a tool?
Yeah. So on Halloween, the energy that comes in really feeds the heart. It's soothing, you get comfortable, compassion. So when you really connect with compassion and empathy and your clairsentient skills, like really well, and you're not trying to manage them, you're just with them. And then somebody comes up to you and let's just say they're being a real jerk. They're not listening, they're refusing cues, they're not responding to your questions, but they're still there because they need something from you. But maybe you don't understand what it is or you can't give it. And so there they are, creating a little chaos just right outside your door. And you are tired of it. And maybe you don't have the patience for it anymore, or you have a timeline and you need to go somewhere else. You have a deadline, you got to go. So you whip out empathy in a way where it's a sword and it cuts things apart rather than staying present and maintaining wholeness. And so you use your empathy in a way where you're just like, oh, I totally understand. And you're sharp I wish I could think of an example right away, but you use it to manipulate the outcome and get the person to behave in a different way. And you do it because when you walk away, you go, oh, that didn't feel right. Or that felt gross. Oh, why did I see that? Why did I do that? Why? You have that feeling. Because when you were doing it, it came from the knowledge of your skills of empathy and compassion, but it was destructive and it was alienating instead of maintaining connection. That make more sense, Jessica? It's not a tool. It's a way of being. You just are this way. And when you're naturally a part of your being, your spirit and your essence, you're wired for community and connection and wholeness and togetherness.
Jessica says, yes, thank you, with lots of exclamation points.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Maitland.
Thank you.
That went by so fast.
Did it? I was trying to be very precise. It's fun because though there's a lot of quick random movements of energy in October, there's not a lot happening. It's the same thing, just different ways. The back and the forth, the back and the forth. It'll be like, oh, community loves you and you can surround yourself with everybody. And this is such a lovely thing. And now nobody wants to be around you. And it's just a quick movement back and forth. And it's such a great experience to be in movement and fluidity instead of coming from the 3D belief system that you have to be so grounded that you don't move. And that's what security is, because you built a house and you live in the house and you chose the brick house, not the straw house, and now you're safe because you have it all together. And that is just a lie that somebody has taught you, because when you are without grounding, deep, stagnant grounding structures, and you come into fluid grounding structures, that is when you are deeply protected and safe. So October is showing it to you by example. Okay, I filled your head with so much and I love it. I hope to see some of you in the deep dive where we can get really into some stuff. All right, I'll see you later, alligators.
After a while, crocodile.
I'll see you soon, Papu.
Bye-bye, butterfly.
I got a skate, little snake.
There you go. Got a job, warthog.
I'll see you in the morning, unicorn.
Hasta mañana, iguana.
I blow you a kiss, jellyfish.
Thank you, Maitland.
Oh, you're welcome. I could have kept going.
We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. We'll do that too.
Yes.
Bye.
Take care.